This is GroovyRoom FASHO PH1 HAON Trade Out Woodie got Woodie Gochild Big Naughty Sik-K and lIlBOI.
Diamonds all on my neck for show. She put her hands on me and now she froze. Shout out to the diamond G, that's for show. Click back when I'm a G, that's for show. When I'm in that 가장 we savage. 형제끼리 나라 percent.
So just so y'all know, Alien Mob the crew, they actually want to do a cipher. So we may be dropping this year an Alien Mob or a Gentleman cipher or some shit. I just saw this aesthetic with multiple cameras, and this is one of the visuals we were thinking of. Well, not the multiple cameras and the setup, but basically like multiple angles of different shots and everything. So it's pretty cool, and it reminded me. So I figured I'd just be like, whisper that in y'all ear. That way, it's a surprise, but also like a, oh yeah, he mentioned this ages ago. Effect. Cool, bet. But let's get back to the dopeness of these motherfuckers.
애들 전부 다 vanish 안 보여서 배시 and bushy glasses 손이 눈 앞에 none of your pocket get to the bag 우리는 가려 화폐 귀찮아 환장 맘에 든 Bacardi 이제 이렇게 가나 that where we started so diamonds all on my neck for show she put her hands on me and now she froze got up to the diamond G that's for show click back when I'm a G that's for show yeah we getting all the money every that's for sure internationally 우리 모여야 보고 도착하는 것은 언제나 일어나서 벌어들이는 도색가는 발주 노출판 난 보여 이제는 너야 떨어진 줄 알았겠지 이건 아는 거야
So there is a thing I want to kind of play devil's advocate to both, because I have some friends that recently brought up a lot of conversations that I've heard before and I don't share opinions on, but I do kind of get when I kind of watch how prevalently and how much of K-pop and K-rap and J-rap and all that kind of pull from Northern America and black culture. And I'm not trying to sound like no hotep, because I'm definitely not no hotep, but I do kind of get where they lean on of feeling like robbed and not appreciated or credited or given respect, or most times they argue revenue, like why don't they get money? And that's where I don't stand on the argument, because I don't believe that money is the answer a lot of the times. I feel like a lot of times it's better to like give back to support or then put artists onto that scene. So like say for example, the more you see this aesthetic of hip hop, the sound, the bass that they're pulling from, where we know is heavily inspired and brought from like black culture, whatever. And this is just something I'm again playing devil's advocate here too, to highlight the conversation, because you already know where I stand on. I don't believe in just shunning people and trapping it and not allowing this music to be there. But if it is, there is some form of a credit. I'm not saying monetary, so let's not argue monetary, because I'm not standing with that. Just that doesn't seem like the right way to give due. So say for example, you put the scene of artists that sound similar or where you're pulling from over into your market and scene, so that way there's a bigger audience for trap rap or all the drastic rap sounds and hip hop sounds that they've been replicating, the dance moves, grab the dancers that you stole those moves from. I don't want to say steal, but got those moves from, and put them in your videos or bring them to your shows or be more welcoming to the, like, I feel like if people more did that and were more collaborative with the inspiration of and more involved with the market of what they're pulling from and inspiring from visually, sound wise, to go and trend in your scene, in your industry, there would be less resistance, if that makes sense. So again, just playing devil's advocate to throwing to an idea and a concept of a way of thinking. Not saying I share this or where I stand on any of this. I'm just playing the field so you guys start thinking and having the discussion at least starts having itself. Because I'll add this too, and for those who are going to be like, oh, it doesn't matter, they have a right to argue that, because at the end of the day, the aesthetic that this culture and this industry is pulling to represent, I'm not going to de-argue that there are some form of similarities of hoods and gangsters and relevancies in other parts of in other countries. I recognize that. I get that. But at the same time, there is that where this aesthetic that became hugely, and it was inspired and originated and rooted from, sometimes the people replicating that or repping that or rocking that in these videos are not from that backing. So even then more so, it's kind of even then not true, and it kind of sometimes seen as disrespectful as to the culture, where this was something for people going through that reality to speak out on, to flex them surpassing and achieving the riches of the rich on where they grew up from and shit like that. Just saying. just again opening a conversation to be had.
Give me everything, real love and breathe, throw me in so and I remember when I was so sick, keep getting on the G pedestal, getting on my sheet, cheddar stand, then what can I say, better less that's for sure. Don't black, yeah, live it up, 원처럼 놈들은 이미 get it up, 며칠 전까지만 나도 나는 고비리였지, 이제 대가리가 너무 머리 컸나 봐, I'm running boy, 나는 잘지, 왜 이렇게 재미없게 뱉냐고 뭘 그렇게 slow 내 flow 내 발음이 like a foreigner, 방금 거영 아니냐고, 그녀는 말하지 영화 같다고, 이제 어딜 가도 무시한 봐도 전부 다 꺾어져. She put her hands on me and now she froze. Shut up to the diamond, she that's for sure. Click back on them, she that's for sure. When I'm in the gaja with savage, 형제끼리 나라 percent. 만 널리 덜해들 전부 다 vanish. 안 보여서 배시 and bushy glasses. 손이 눈앞에 not in your pocket. Get to the bag, 우리 난 가려 앞에. 귀찮아 환장, 맘에 든 Bacardi. 이제 이렇게 가나, that's where we started. So diamonds all on my neck for sure. She put her hands on me and now she froze. Shut up to the diamond, she that's for sure. Click back on them, she that's for sure.
Okay, I want to also add one thing, that whatever I say, no matter how much I play Devil's Day the Crown, I am never standing for hindering someone expressing who they are, dressing how they be, joining a style, genre, a culture, wanting to experience thing or represent. I do not shun that. I just always believe in two sides. There can always be a respect given as much as an inspiration pulled from and stuff like that. I just don't stand for the monetary end. But again, just felt like I needed to add that because for some reason I felt like that was missing. Also, if someone could let me know who and who, timestamp who is who in these names in order, so I can rewatch this later and know who's who.
야근한 파지 야근한 파비 call me on the cover Mr. For real 정부터 오지 호의 호식이란 거리가 멀었지만 뭐 씨발 먹으려면 충분히 먹겠다는 생각이 드네 여기 불러보냐 빠지고 나 빠지고 조심 너네 거리 새끼 내 팬한테 약 주는 다음에 나도 거기서 왔는 돼지거리 좁아 같은 래퍼 골라야 되는데 자로 씨발은 넌 내랑 이름 섞어봤자 game over 생포도 I'm dead 이 새끼 바지 난 초울려 you never know this day cold 주말도 타고 말았지 사람들의 과시가 손가락질 팝인지 아니 팝인지 아니 막인지 아님 R&B 안 들리는 척하고 걸었지 안 들리는 척하고 뱉었지 한마디 말아 300번씩 여기 완성하자 번지 하얀 뮤지컬 BD에서 하면 실리 지금까지에서 ever featuring space suite 밤이 어둠을 last 거 어떻게 이런 일비하지 않은 rhyme back and forth feeling 너만큼만 스키 있으면 와 오라 그래 너만큼 더 스키 있으면 자 그래 내가 지고는 못 살아 스킵이라 치고 받고 뺏고 뺏기고 또 빼는 게 지갑이야 미안 내 니스가 없어도 가족은 있지 가족이 없어져도 나만을 미치고 차라리 상황을 나와서 다시 볼 때까지 나의 자리에서 Still keep on ball She can't roll Killing the beat now you take drop it soon bitch for sure.
Wow, I'm gonna have to rewatch this. I didn't realize the subtitles were, I was like, I thought these subtitles were fucked up.
I'm bragging, yeah. Why these rappers sing down the radio? 과들 평가겠지 왕둥이 대신 맨맨 꽂아줘야겠어 이놈의 shake 정신 못 차리네 딱 봐도 덩이면 메인만 딱 봐도 나안 열어 방앗간도 불어 너도 네 악감정 No mayday on payday 태닝할 때 말과 안 기다려 for show Bitch boy no 음악까지 no show 그러니 내가 대신 가있지 도쿄 먼저 보내 나서 your bitch 홍콩에 넌 나의 era 있어 공정 못해 학생 괜찮아 공부 좀 못해 I'm still balling 농군 못해 Still shot calling 소주 못해 K-Series you use a game 지쳐갈수록 내 길이 뚜렷해져 Give me the KC Give me the KC Diamonds all on my neck for sure She put her hands on me and now she froze Shut up to the diamond she that's for sure Click back on them she that's for sure When I'm in the gaja we savage 형제끼리 나라 percent 만 널리 덜해들 전부 다 vanish 안 보여서 배시 and bushy glasses 손이 눈앞에 not in your pocket Get to the bag 우리 난 가려 앞에 귀찮아 환장 맘에 든 Bacardi 이제 이렇게 가나 that's where we started so Diamonds all on my neck for sure show. She put her hands on me and now she froze. Got up to the diamond, that's for sure. The clip back on number G, that's for sure.
Always been a top dog. Shot collar lighted up like a cop car. 내 옆에 대표들 사람이 몇 명인지 한번 세보든지 기업들 근거 전부 싹 털어. Yeah, if they want it upside, man, you know where to put your money. 요즘 래퍼들이 iffy, man, they look too funny. High gang legendary, man, they click me comfy. 몰래 견제하진 않아 없어 저기, huh? 브라이언 회장님이 다시 사야지 FASHO. 퇴치를 당하고 10년을 후에 이제 아이도 키우는 no. They know I'm the goat. I might as well bad. On the track, it's too easy, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's for sure. 누가 누워서 어떻게도 무한하네 이거 lifelong Toy Stories 흘러 넘쳐내 Bud Light yeah. 모아놓은 컵 다 비워 내 기분 높아 새끼 하얀 내 연락처 사인 한 번에 바뀐 내 자리 너 말을 걸 아니 내 엉덩이에 입 맞춰 몇 바퀴를 돌아다녀 different continent we sightseeing 모여버린 시간 필요해 달리는 내 정신은 나가 있지는 Cause I want it 100 네가 conscious 엉터리 연단이 버리 한 번에 I get it I'm motherfucker I guess I made it look easy for sure 얼마나 want it for sure 한강 내 미니어처 빌려줬던 내 거 다시 가져와 나 형이 말했듯이 the word is yours 곧 지어진 말 거김없이 빼내 지원이 기억 내 앞에는 man in black 다 챙기지 스택스로 담아 then we out of here let's get that
Diamonds all on my neck for sure. She put her hands on me and now she froze. Got up to the diamond G, that's for sure. The clip back on number G, that's for sure. 원하면 나 가자 we savage. 형제끼리 나는 persainage. 만놀리던 애들 전부 다 vanish. 안 보여서 beshy and bushy glasses. 손이 눈앞에 나는 your pocket. Get to the bag 우리 난 가려 화폐. 귀찮아 환장 맘에 든 McCarty. 이제 있게 가나 that where we started so. Diamonds all on my neck for sure. She put her hands on me and now she froze. Got up to the diamond G, that's for sure. The clip back on number G, that's for sure.
I think for me, I think this is an aesthetically pleasing video. The song is definitely a hype song for me. I think I need to see more of each artist individually because I need to see the contrast or the similarities between aesthetically and how they spit here versus in others to then I think properly enjoy this because I think bass-wise this just feels like a hype song to me. But I will subscribe and I will like, so that's just my thoughts on it.